You guys encourage us a lot to cook more. We uploaded 3 of Ashami special veg thali on previous years. This is the 4th one. So which one is your favorite? Please comment down below. Hello viewers, I am Shuparna. Welcome to our channel Simply Food. Before I start today's video, please share our videos and subscribe to our channel if you are new to our channel. In this thali, I have served Karaishutir Kochuri, that is fluffy fried bread stuffed with mildly spiced green peas, paneer orli, Gandharaj lebur khol or a beverage made with curd and king lime, shobuj alur dum or green potato dry curry, doi fulkopi or cauliflower curry with curd, কাঁচা আমের চাটনি কসুরি মেথি দিয়ে or green mango condiment with dried fenugreek leaves, পটল সন্দেশ or a sweet that made with pointed gourd and mawa, and sweet curd that is mishti doi. I'm going to start our cooking by the recipe of shobuj alur dum. For this thali, you may have tried so many types of alur dum, but now try out this recipe. It's simple but very delicious. First, into a blended jar, I'm taking handful of fresh coriander leaves. Into this, add green chili. I add 5 of green chili. You would add chilies as per your choice, so less or more. Now add roughly cut ginger and 1 tablespoon of water. Now grind to make a paste. As you can see the texture of the paste. Now take 3 tablespoons of white oil into a pan as I'm going to fry the potatoes. These potatoes are pre-boiled with salt. As the potatoes are boiled, so they're so soft, so fry them carefully. After boiling the potatoes, run them under the cold water and leave them for 10 to 15 minutes. I'll fry them until they are golden brown. These are baby potatoes. Try this recipe with baby potatoes. These are nicely fried and golden brown. Take them out from the pan and set them aside. Now temper the same oil with 1 dry red chili, 1 bay leaf and 1/4 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Fry them for few seconds. So add 1 tablespoon of previously made green paste. Fry it for 30 seconds on low flame or low heat. Now add 3 tablespoons of well beaten yogurt. You have to beaten the yogurt very well. Cook for 2 minutes. One thing, if you think that the pan is too hot, then remove the pan from the stove or the induction. After mixing, add the boiled and fried potatoes. Now coat the potatoes well with the mixture. You can make this dish in just 20 minutes if you have all ingredients at your kitchen. Add salt to taste. Sugar half teaspoon. It won't be that sweet in taste at all. And 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. Give a very good mix but gently. Now add water as required. It will be a dry dum aloo, so add less water. As you can notice that one potato has broken. It was the most softened potato. That's why I'm telling you to be gentle. Let it cook for 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes, shobuj alur dum for this thali is ready. This recipe is not that oily and you don't need so much of spices but rich in taste and aroma. You will get the Bengali taste from this recipe. Now I'm going to make doi fulkopi or Bengali style cauliflower curry with curd. This dish is a bit spicy and definitely gives a variety to your regular lunch or dinner menu. First, I'm going to marinate the cauliflower. Into a bowl, take 150 ml of yogurt. Into this, add half teaspoon of green paste. Into that green paste, there are coriander leaves, green chili and ginger paste. Salt to taste. Mix it well. Beat the yogurt very well. Cauliflower is a vegetable that you can cook in different variations. Cauliflower curd is the kind of combination which tastes great. Now put the blanched cauliflower chunks into this yogurt mixture and coat them nicely. Make sure this yogurt mixture should go through each and every florets of cauliflower. I cut them into big chunks and I blanch them for 5 minutes into salty hot water. It helps to remove dirt from the florets. Repeat this process for every cauliflower chunks. This process helps the cauliflowers to marinate properly from inside also. I coat them very well and going to rest them for 15 minutes. Now into a pan, add 2 tablespoons of white oil. Once the oil is hot, temper the oil with 1 bay leaf, cinnamon sticks, few cloves, cardamoms, 1 dry red chili, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin seeds, and pinch of asafoetida. All the whole spices are sizzling. Add tomato puree. I made tomato puree from 2 medium-sized tomato. Cook this puree for 5 minutes. You can't see the proper color. The camera is not shown the exact color, but the color is superb. Now add 2 tablespoons of cashew nuts and watermelon seed paste. Now cook them well. I soaked the cashew and watermelon seeds together into the water for 30 minutes. Then I made the paste. Cook them very well. Now time to add our spices. First add half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, 1 teaspoon ginger paste, and pinch of sugar. Now mix well. If you think you would like to have sugar a little bit more, you can add. All the spices will leave the oil. Now add salt to taste, but remember we add salt in the marination, so make the balance. Give a mix. Add little water. I wash the bowl where I put the cashew and watermelon seed paste and to the spice mixes. Stir it well. Now add marinated cauliflowers. Also add the yogurt. Now start to mix the cauliflower with spices, as these are quite big, so you need to do this with very patience when you mixing them. As this dish is totally onion and garlic free, so you may easily have this dish on any veg day, mainly during festivals when we mostly have Niramish foods like no onion and no garlic. After mixing well, add water. Give a good mix. Make it boil and cover the pan and cook for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, open the lid and you can see the gravy is thick, and check the cauliflowers. Now sprinkle 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala powder and add 1 teaspoon of clarified butter. Give a good mix and doi fulgopi is ready. One thing, if you notice that the cauliflower is not cooked, mainly the stem, then add very little of hot water and cook for more 2 minutes. Then add the garam masala powder and clarified butter. The addition of ghee at the last moment make it more delicious. Now I am going to make the starter of this thali, paneer urli. The paneer urli is crunchy fried paneer recipe that is best served with dips. I'll make the marination first. Into a bowl, take half teaspoon of turmeric powder. After adding turmeric, add half teaspoon of red chili powder, half teaspoon of cumin powder, half teaspoon of ginger paste. Squeeze the lemon. 1/4 teaspoon of chaat masala powder, salt to taste, less than 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala powder, and add very little water. Add the water little by little to the spices. If you think the mixture is too dry, then add more. It was seems too dry for me, so I add a little more water. Now I am going to take the paneer pieces. I take a paneer block and cut them lengthwise like strips. Coat the paneer nicely. If you do this coating on a flat plate, it would be much easier. Marinate for 15 minutes. So now I'll make the batter. Take 1 cup of all-purpose flour into a bowl. Into this, add 1/3 cup of corn flour, salt to taste, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda, not too much, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of red chili powder. Now mix all the dried ingredients well. Then add the chilled water as you need, but make sure you are making this batter with chilled water. Again, add water little by little and make the batter. The batter will be very thick in consistency. Okay, so now the final step. Dip the marinated paneer into the batter. It belongs to Bengali cuisine and can be eaten as appetizer and snacks. And put it into the hot oil. Fry for 3 to 4 minutes on medium to high heat. I am putting one more paneer into the oil. Paneer only. We are familiar with fish only, but when you think about veg, it's definitely a paneer. Light, crispy coating outside and juicy paneer inside. And I must say, this paneer only is definitely the showstopper. These are nicely fried, and now take them out from the oil and paneer only is ready. Serve them as hot as possible. Otherwise, they won't taste that good and you can't get that crispiness and the juicy paneer. Now I am going to make the condiment of this thali, kacha ame chutney kosuri methi diye. Though it's a traditional Bengali recipe, but I give a twist to this chutney. Into a pan, take 1 teaspoon of white oil. Once the oil is hot, add 1/4 teaspoon of pachforon and add raw mango. I do not peel the mango, but before cut the mangoes, I wash them well. Fry them for 5 minutes, but fry them on medium to low heat. After frying them, add water half cup. I am adding the water to just boil the mango. Give a stir. After boiling, there should not be left too much of water into the pan, otherwise the consistency will be runny. Now add half teaspoon of turmeric powder, salt to taste. Now the first twist, I am adding Kashmiri red chili powder half teaspoon. I had never ever tried chili powder into chutney, but this time I add Kashmiri red chili powder to add some color. Give a good mix. Now cover the pan and cook for 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, open the lid. As you can see, it's a thick gravy and the mango has nicely cooked. Now time to add sugar syrup. I'm not using sugar. Sugar syrup will add another texture to the chutney. Give a mix and let it come to boil. And now cover the pan and cook for just 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, open the lid and you can see the thick glossy texture of the chutney. Now I am adding bhaja masala. It has pachforon and black mustard seeds which are dry roasted and grounded. Sprinkle them And now time to add the second and last twist to this chutney, that is kasuri methi. This is also I never had in any chutney, but believe me, all together turned out very well. Maybe you all will be surprised, but do a try and you will be amazed by the taste. Okay, mix it well. Kacha amer chutney kasuri methi diye is ready. Let it set for 15 to 20 minutes before serving. Now I am going to make one of the dessert recipe of this thali, potol sandesh or potol mishti. First I take some water to boil and now see the pointed coat carefully. I wash the pointed coat well, then I peel them and cut both the top side. Then I slit the pointed coat keeping both end joint and scoop out the pulp and seeds. Now put the pointed coat into the boiling water. Cover the pan and boil for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, open the lid from the pan and see the pointed coats are cooked. Now drain the water and leave them to release extra water. Now into a pan, take 150 gram of khoa or mawa. Now cook them for 5 minutes. Do it on low to medium heat. My recommendation is to use fresh mawa. Now add sugar. Mix the sugar with khoa. Melt the sugar properly. Now add 25 gram of powdered milk. I do not pour the powdered milk into a bowl, so I faced a little problem. Sorry for the distraction. Okay, mix them well. Now add 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom powder. Give a mix. Set it aside. Now into a pan, take 1 cup of sugar. Add water 1.5 cup. I'll make the sugar syrup. Now dissolve the sugar into the water. The sugar has melted. Now add half teaspoon of rose water. Give a stir. Now time to add the boiled pointed coat to the sugar syrup. Before adding to sugar syrup, squeeze out all the excess water from the pointed coat and put it into the boiling sugar syrup. One thing, I started to peel them, but I thought to scrape them. So you may saw 3 of them are peeled and rest of them are scraped. Boil them for 5 minutes on high heat. After 5 minutes, open the lid. They changes their color little bit. Set them aside for cool down. Time to stuff. Take 1 pointed coat, release the excess sugar syrup. They are so soft, so do it carefully. Now open the slitted side and stuff the khoa mixture. May the stuffing is looking dry, but when it's stuffed in the pointed coat, it will be moistured well. I use this sugar syrup into the chutney or the condiment of this thali, so nothing is waste. Potol or pointed coat is very popular Indian vegetable during summer season. We made so many savory dishes with this vegetable, but the sweet made with pointed coat is also a delicious sweet. It's slightly time consuming, but the result is definitely worth it. Top some almond slice and potol sandesh or potol mishti is ready. Just rest them for 2 to 3 hours, then serve them. Now I am going to make a beverage of this thali, Gandharaj Lebur Ghor. It is a light and fruity Bengali style buttermilk that is known for its cooling properties. Is enjoyed especially during the hot summer days of Bengal. Into a bowl, take 250 ml of plain yogurt. Into this yogurt, take 250 ml of water. Into this, take 1 teaspoon of rock salt, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of chaat masala, 1/8 teaspoon of lemon zest, sugar 2 teaspoon. You can add more sugar as per your taste, but do not make it too sugary. Then you can't get that refreshment from this cold. Squeezed lemon juice and definitely add the lemon which I squeezed. You can add ice cubes if you want. Now whisk it. First lightly stir them, then stir quickly. It will be quite thick in consistency. Ghor is much lighter than lassi and its other ingredients with a superb nutritional value. This drink also helps to keep you going all day. Gandharaj Lebur Ghor is ready. Now pour this into the glasses and serve them. Now I'm going to make Korashutir Kochuri or fluffy fried bread stuffed with mildly spiced green peas. This is a very popular Bengal recipe on winter days. First I'll make the stuffing. Into a pan, take 1 teaspoon of white oil. Into this oil, add pinch of asafoetida and put the flame very low. Now add half teaspoon of ginger paste. Saute the ginger on low heat. Now add the green peas paste or korashuti butter. Cook it for 3 minutes. I blanch the peas and make a paste, but I don't add anything into the paste. If you don't have fresh green peas, you can definitely use the frozen green peas. You can see it has changed its texture. Now add pinch of turmeric powder, salt to taste, 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. Now mix it well. Make sure you have mixed the turmeric powder very well. When the green peas are cooked well, it will change its color and texture. Also, please check the taste of salt and sugar at this moment. Now add 1.5 tablespoon of bhaja masala into this. I made the bhaja masala with coriander seeds, cumin seeds, fennel seeds, dry red chili and black peppercorn. I dry roasted them and made a coarse powder. Give a very good mix. After mixing, set it aside and let it cool down. Okay, now take a piece of dough and make a pocket by using your fingertips. It will be like a small bowl. I had shown you so many times the making of the dough for luchis, so it is the same dough recipe. I'll put the link in the description box. Now take some small portion of the stuffing and put it into the pocket of the dough. Little press it to set and now seal it. It's very easy, but seal the edges very well. Now give a roll onto your palm. Now I'll make the rest. So now put some oil, very little oil on the surface where you're going to flatten the kochuri. Press it with your finger and start to roll it with your rolling pin. Flatten the kochuri dough evenly. Just remember, don't press it forcefully. Be gentle. In this recipe, the stuffing is very mildly spiced so that the flavors of green peas dominate. Green peas are quite nutritious and it has good amount of fiber and antioxidants. We Bengalis call green peas as karashuti or motorshuti. It is done. Now into the hot oil, place the kochuri gently if you are a new cook, otherwise you can burn yourself, so be careful. Fry it until golden brown. Before adding it to the oil, make sure the oil is perfectly hot. If it is too hot, the kochuri will burn, and if the oil is not enough hot, the kochuri will not cook perfectly. Check the oil temperature. You can have a pinch of dough and just put it into the oil. If it's rise easily, then you know that the oil is hot. The kochuri nicely rises up and golden brown. The korashuti kochuri is ready to serve. Mishti doi is a fermented sweet doi originating from Bengal. It is made with milk and sugar. I upload the recipe of Mishti doi on Poila Boishak special non-veg thali, so I'll give the link of Mishti doi in the description box. Please check that out. The Ashtami special veg thali is ready for this year. We are overwhelmed for your support and love, but I want more supports from you that we can share more videos with you. Thank you so much. That's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy this video. If so, hit the like button, share with your family and friends, and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching our video. See you on the next video. Bye.